Hi, hi, hi. Today, I want to talk to you very specifically about the ankles. I'm going to give you some stretches, some movement, some ideas, and then, of course, the mind body connection, the TMS information that goes along with the ankles, and why they would be either contributing to pain, inflammation, inflexibility, whatever's going on. This can work. So, welcome. I am Monique Derwin. I am an integrative mind body coach, and I am here today to talk to you about the ankles and what goes on in them, around them, with them, what stories or emotions may be trapped inside, and why they're causing you problems. So, I'm going to give you some background knowledge about me and these ankles. For years, I had the worst right ankle specifically. It was bad. Lots of torn ligaments, lots of sprains, strains, just repetitive strain injuries, things like that. I had a third degree strain and tear at one point. I was in a boot. I think I was in a boot for almost an entire year one year. It was several years ago, but I had a dance injury, and then I continued to re-injure it over and over and over again, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And so for me, it took a long time to really heal this ankle. But fascinatingly enough, I had an injury a couple days ago. I was running down the stairs at my house, just right outside this door here, and I missed the bottom step, and I totally went straight into the concrete. And what I did was I actually jammed, from the heel here, pushed it up. And so that day I could barely walk on it. It was very, very tender. I was limping a lot. I took pictures of it. It was pretty swollen. That night came by, I went ahead and what I used was an essential oil. I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I took a little peppermint. Peppermint is great for inflexibility, rigidness, stiffness. We're going to talk about that. Put a little bit on there. And first, what I did was I just did a little bit of Traeger or loosening. So this might look like just taking the leg and doing this, okay? And all I'm doing is I'm trying to wiggle the ankle. Okay, so if you have someone with you, this is really great with a partner, but if you're alone, I'm alone a lot, I have to figure out how to do things on my own. So it's like this, okay? So all I'm doing is I'm wiggling that ankle and I'm loosening up the joint. Now, I will stand up in a minute. You're not gonna see my face probably when I stand up, but I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I like to do on the ground with my feet as I'm working on this, because we're gonna talk about all the ligaments, all the bones, all the mechanisms that go in around this ankle joint right here. It's so, so, so important, okay? So I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna show you a couple things. So, I don't have the wall really up against it. You can first go up like this. So pointing your toe up, pushing in, pulling the stretch all the way up into the top of the leg, and you're flexing the ankle backwards towards you. The other thing that I really like to do is just come up on my toes, okay, and down. On my toes, and down. On my toes, and down. And I may do something like this for 30 seconds or so, right? I may even come down into a plie. Now, I'm not gonna come all the way up, but what I'm doing is I'm rocking that underneath around the heel bones. I'm stretching all that space up, right? So something like this would be really nice. And what I'm doing is I can feel it all in here, okay? So I'm coming back. I'm going up on my toes. I'm feeling the front. All the ligaments there are getting a lot of love. Side to side is really nice. I also love the ball. And this is mainly to open up the bottom of the foot, to just flex it open, everything down there. right? This felt really good when I dug it into my heel after I jammed. I went and got on the inversion table for a few minutes as well and had someone pull the ankle, right? All those are great. Those are physical things that we can do. So I also like to just sometimes just level my feet, right? These are my feet. I wouldn't get rid of them for anything in the world. So sometimes I just love on them, give them a little rub, a little massage, right? Torque the ankle, stretching both ways, side to side, around in circles. Sometimes I even put my fingers in between my toes to open up and create some more space. This is one of my favorite things. And I just crank in circles, right? Both directions. What we do one way, we always want to do the other way. That's balance. We want to create rhythm, flow, circulation, right? So, ankles, good stuff. There are 3 major ligaments in the ankles. We've kind of already talked about those. You have a medial, which is inside, a lateral, which is outside, and a tibial-fibular, which is the ones that I like to really tear up. Those kind of go into here, okay? There are also meridians in the ankles for the kidney and the bladder, right? So getting in there and just doing a little pressure point around kind of can help circulate things through the body, right? Really nice there. But here's the beauty. My favorite part, the emotions, the stories, the trapped things that are inside the body. The ankles are made to be flexible and mobile part of the body. They're here to serve and support the body by physical location. They sustain great pressure. So think about this. Your body physically walks on this all the time through different textures, through different grounds, through different floors, right? I'm a barefooter, so I'm barefooted a lot. So I go onto stone and into the snow and into the grass and into the rock and across my house. And, you know, this is tile and then one room is something else. So I'm constantly changing and transitioning. I like the way my feet feel against the earth, against the surfaces. I don't really want to wear shoes or things like that. And for a long time, I was very afraid to be barefooted because I have such a high arch and I was told my arches would fall and this would create a lot of physical pain in my body. I am here to say I've been barefoot for years and I've got no pain and my arches have not fallen. They're still very high. You can still put entire hand underneath there. So don't believe the hype. The ankles themselves are really being weighed down by too much pressure, too much responsibility, sometimes fear of moving forward. We may feel like we're chained to something may be holding us back or keeping us stuck, right? Your right ankle specifically is challenged by a male figure, following in your father's footsteps, giving away your power, ideas to another person, having too many responsibilities, trying to stand up for yourself, right? Our masculine side is all this right side, is all this energy that we're putting out in the world. It's the change that we're making. It's the things that we're doing. So of course, my right one was always the one that acted up because it was this fear of moving forward, this fear of doing the next thing, this coming into my own, this standing in to myself, balancing, supporting myself, putting out these ideas that some of the world thinks is crazy. But I'm here to say it's been a life changer. Your left ankle, that's this guy. Difficulty tuning in or listening to yourself. Do I trust myself? Have I been a slave to others? Especially my children, my partner, or my work, right? Like I would really ask myself those kinds of questions if my left ankle is causing any problems. Am I spending enough time nurturing myself and discovering what's important to me, right? So I would ask those questions to myself and just see what kind of answer you get. Now, the next thing that I would look at really is if I have inflexibility in the ankles, okay? And this is going to be really for any part of the body. Any part of the body that is stiff, that is rigid, that is stuck, that is inflexible. Don't shoot the messenger. It says to you that I am being inflexible. I am being stuck. I am stuck in these ways. I am so comfortable in this ideal. that it's not okay to move. It's not okay to be flexible, to bend. My way is right, my way or the highway, right? So when you have inflexibility in certain spaces, ask yourself, where am I being inflexible in my daily life? In my three-dimensional world, where am I not bending? Where am I judging? Where am I comparing? Where am I creating my own problems or chaos, right? Where am I saying I'm not willing to do that because it goes against? And I'm not saying standing up for values that are very important to you. These are two different things. I'm saying, are you willing to be flexible to see the world in a different way? If you are, I'm going to put some links in the comments. Shoot me a message, DM me, sign the application. Let's talk. I can teach you how to self-heal your life. And I don't mean just physical pain. I mean all aspects. So if you are struggling physically, mentally, emotionally, in your work, in your finances, in your relationships, if something is creating pain in your life, we can heal that. So I am Monique Derwin. I am an integrative mind-body coach, and I am here with you every Saturday to talk about mind-body connection. This week was ankles. Next week, we may do knees. I think we're going to move up the body for a little bit, and we'll hit a couple points. If there's anything specific that you have pain or problems with, if you have any ailments or inflammation or pain points, let me know and I can speak to it specifically. Rashes, allergies, sinus inflammation, digestive stuff, whatever it is, I can work with any of it. Have a beautiful day.